Oh, are we live? We're in the dark depths of a basement. Don't get too excited. Good day, everybody. My name is Todd Standing, and we are going to get lights on because we are going to do a live show here and now. Had some fantastic questions today. I'm so pressed for time because I've got so much stuff coming and going. My trip down to the south. I got to tell you guys, like Michelle Jones took fantastic care of me. Former U.S. military, former law enforcement, doing excellent research down there. She's she's the Sasquatch girl, boots on the ground. Just what more could we ask for? Someone who has police training, who has military background, who has all the connections and with equipment, and she really is motivated. She's tough. She wants to learn. And my expedition went very well with her. And then I had Justin, this kid who's just fit as can be, like a beast. And I went with him for 2 days. I was in the Talladega Forest, the Talladega National Forest, for the whole time I was down there. I was in a tent out there learning about every nook and cranny, every animal, every insect, every sound. Primarily, the big thing is, well, the insects are very strange to me. There is cover sound down there. Oh my God, I could walk right up on, I could walk right up on anybody outside, and you'd never hear me coming because the cover sound is loud. It's a loud cover sound. So that was one of the biggest things out there, was learning about that. And then of course the snakes are bumped into a water moccasin and got some young copperheads and that sort of stuff. But I don't really, I don't know. I just want to learn about snakes so I can do, like with me, I avoid mountain lions and bears, and I stay out of the situations that would cause me problems with them. I want to, it's not man versus nature. It's man within nature, and being respectful of nature, learning about the plants, and there's so many awesome things. And I loved Alabama. It was totally amazing. And we got quite a bit of media down there thanks to Michelle, just talking to people and friends. The girl is just a total Southern belle. She's just so connected down there, and it went really, really well. And met just the most amazing people. There'll be a Throwback Thursday video that I'm going to do. It'll be an interview about a gentleman who's been studying Sasquatch since 1967. He's amazing. And then, Lanita was awesome. And then Dixie Cryptid came out. Can you imagine Dixie Cryptid? That was so cool. So Cam came out. He was there. So many great things. Cam has so many great ideas about how he's going to do his show. Dixie Cryptid is just a super cool guy. And I really, really enjoyed the Southern United States. I'm coming back. I'm scheduling it for February. I'm going to do the Southern United States probably January, February, March every year. And then I'm doing Washington State in November. So I'm putting people on notice for that. And then October of this year, I'm going to Florida. And I don't mean the Everglades. I mean, there's some national parks that have been getting some really cool middle Florida, that are getting some cool Sasquatch stuff. So I'm going to go investigate that. And it's very exciting. It's so busy right now. And so on my earlier show, I stopped. It was Michigan Bigfoot. That maniac had an amazing question that was just punched me in the face. Again, I like the questions that are so good that what's this? Brother Hermes says Sasquatch do have human DNA. They bred with Archanic human beings. That's cool. I don't know what that means. It sounds like a proper term. Just because I don't know what it means doesn't mean I don't know a lot of things. So that's really cool that you did that. That you see that the DNA is out there, guys. I have a big thing of DNA right up in my office at home. So, but anyways, I think it was Michigan Sasquatch. His question offended me and stunned me, and it felt like it's too much information, and that's why I really want to answer it, because it's your guys' job to push my paradigm. I'm not making this discovery move forward if I'm being comfortable. I'm insane if I keep banging my head off the same wall and expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So the question was asked is, what happened after the flare went out? So that video of me screaming at the Sasquatch was what we were talking about a little bit in the pre-show, I guess we'll call it. I see that the internet's working good here. There it was, Central Michigan Bigfoot. There he is. And hello, Amanda. Hello, Amanda. Thank you so much for tuning in. There's my bro, Phil. You guys are awesome. I can't say enough great things about Amanda and Phil. You guys are amazing. It was wonderful talking to you today, Phil. Amanda, we have to catch up. I'm so sorry that it's been so crazy right now with me, but lots of really cool things are going on. So TV shows. Did we freeze up here? What's going on? We're frozen. Are we still working? Hi, everybody. It was me, Todd, Central Michigan Bigfoot. I don't want to start talking about this because it seems to be frozen up here. I don't want to hit this so you can hear me. Okay, so you can hear me. I wish it would unfreeze a little bit. So yeah, ranting, raving about Alabama. Again, coming to Florida. I took Floridians out on expeditions, so and I'm meeting some new people in Florida. There we go. So I'm really excited about Florida. And the other thing I want to do is Texas. I'm going to see if I can figure that out. I mean, is life crazy or what? So that would be so amazing. Okay, so what happened after so screaming, yelling, yeah, screaming my face off, trying to get rid of the Sasquatch. They were making structures. They were totally chilling out. And so what happened was, so the flare goes out. I must have been sitting there for about 40 minutes. My vision started to return. When you're looking into a fire, or you're around a light source, it takes a significant amount of time, at least 20 minutes for your eyes to properly adjust. So to the night. So I was out there after the flare went out, and even my camera, I just gave up on it. I couldn't see anything with the flare hardly. It was one of those high definition DV cameras. I mean, that was filmed way back in, that was the best camera available. It was still filming in 1080i, I think. But anyways, the night vision was just absolutely terrible. It was totally awful. So I think I turned the camera off, or the battery went out and I just didn't fix it. So anyways, so what, if it breaks, don't worry guys, I'll be right back. I'm not gonna ditch out. So anyways, so the flare goes out, the camera stops recording, and a Sasquatch, I remember, was off to my right at low ground, was getting my attention, and I was standing up. And so I was standing up. I remember the trees there. I remember having my hand on a tree. And then just at one point, a Sasquatch was getting my attention off to the right. I kept hearing him. I was looking at him. I turned my hips a little bit, and I got picked up. So the big dominant male of the group picked me up. And as I shown you guys, the way that hand just grabbed my hips, my body levitated. And so my body, picks me up, levitates me. I remember feeling going around him, like I'm off the ground, like, whoa, whoa. They pick, when a 9 foot tall, 900-pound primate Sasquatch picks you up, you are nothing to them. I don't think my son at 9 years old was about, I don't know, 60 pounds. I don't think I could pick him up like that. Like, this is insane primate power, big giant primate hands. Picked me up, put me on his hip, and started running with me back into the wilderness. This whole thing, that whole day, it shouldn't have been happening. And why I was freaking out is they were trying to push me back into the wilderness. Why? What was going on? And I'm going to tell you guys today. I'm going to tell you guys everything. I tell us the expeditioners. You guys are awesome, amazing followers. And there's going to be tons of expeditions now. Tons and tons of stuff coming. So I'm putting that out there to southern United States and even New York and Washington. And so there's tons of new expeditions coming. I'm basically going to be the Sasquatch tracker for hire. So, and one of the reasons that I am so in touch with the wilderness is because those Sasquatch that were trying to push me back into the wilderness wanted me to do the spiritual animal ritual. And I wasn't having any of it. I didn't know. I wasn't able to get that communication. And the spiritual animal ritual is lots of stuff, but primarily you sit on the edge of a cliff and you give a gift and you get judged. And what happens is, if you're worthy of a spiritual animal to guide you and connect you to the wilderness, you get one. He forgives you for all your sins, and you have that connection, and then you're more connected to the wilderness, and they will guide you and protect you. That's your protector. If you're not worthy, you get rolled off a cliff. And what I didn't know, what nobody told me, and I knew a wildlife officer and multiple native people that had the spiritual animal ritual performed on them, I didn't know it was a Sasquatch. Nobody told me. And that's what I'm going to tell everybody, because this whole secretive stuff is wonderful and good and sha-la-la, but it's the Sasquatch that perform the. If you meet somebody and they go, "Yeah, I've got a spiritual animal." "Oh, you do? How'd you get it?" And they go, "Oh, I just feel like it's this." Well, that's not the ritual. And you know what? I'm talking Apache, I'm talking Navajo, I'm talking Cree, I'm talking Iroquois. I've had this confirmed from all these different Native Americans. The Sasquatch perform it. And when I go, I didn't like when I came back and I had them perform the ritual, and that's what they wanted to do. That's why they were pushing me back. I was freaking out and going, "What are you guys doing here?" I was losing it because they're trying to push me back in the wilderness. They never pushed me back, ever. Always push me out, 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 get out, 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 if anything, if I'm ever pushed at all. So they were trying to push me back in. It didn't work. I freaked out. That Sasquatch picked me up. The next day, a grizzly bear pushed me up that mountain. Very interesting. And I'll tell you this from a spiritual perspective, and you better understand, there are some serious, spiritually amazing things going on. I have seen miracles happening from the stuff that this spiritual connection has. Things like there's so many things, and I don't want to make this paranormal and weird, but you know, my teacher could see in pitch black. My native teacher, he could walk around in pitch black. He saw fine. The way he could track and feel energy is, I mean, it shouldn't be paranormal. He can feel the energy of the being that he's tracking. And even he would predict stuff that was going to happen to me. You know, he just knew so many amazing things. And it was just, it was very obvious to me. Again, I don't want to be pushing this and making this so paranormal, because these spiritual connectivities to nature are so vividly true to me. Like Survivor Man's a shaman. Survivor Man kept getting success. That guy, he doesn't talk about it, but he is infinitely connected to the wilderness. Like, he has a love and a passion for nature, and he's very, very special. A very, very boots on the ground, special man. And that's why he gets so much success. That's why he's Survivor Man. You know, I think a lot of what he does, most people would have died, but he's connected and he loves nature and he finds a way. And that spiritual connectivity, guys, it matters so much. It keeps me safe. How do you think I've spent over 1,000 days in the backcountry and have taken out nearly 100 people, including some serious dumbasses when it comes to TV and film people, camera guys, sound guys for Discovery Channel, History Channel, Netflix, all these dumbasses, and they all come back. They go into the most dangerous backcountry in the world with me, and they all come back perfectly safe. It's because of the spiritual connectivity I have. It's because of my energy. It's because of the way I walk and my movements and my body language. Every millimeter matters. And you're sitting there going, well, whoa. You know what? I'll tell you something. You can drive by. This has happened to me many times. I drive by native burial sites in the Rocky Mountains. They don't bury. They're dead. They just cover them with rocks. Why don't the coyotes or the bears or wolves come along and, you know, dig up the bodies? They don't, because it's a spiritual thing. Very, very spiritual, something very, and they never do. I've been to the graves. I don't understand. If there's a passed away body in there, it's just covered in rocks, bear will dig that up, and you know what, coyotes would get into that. Probably the wolves would too, but they don't, because it's just one example of and scientists dismiss this stuff as they go, oh, they're ignorant about it. Don't be ignorant to that stuff. People have faith in their religion, which is wonderful. And I have immense faith in the spiritual things that are going on with me. My red-tailed hawk that's my spiritual animal. I earned that. And my spiritual animal ritual was, I'm going to write about it someday. It was the most, like, I tell people about it, like I have to go film it, and because there's evidence of something like that goes beyond time and space, that I had this experience and I come back to this corporeal existence after, you know, going through this incredible journey where I was judged. And what an incredible experience it was. It's totally life-changing, and the red-tailed hawk has guided me and created immense richness in my life with me moving forward, with even the whole discovery of wilderness for me, the whole discovery of myself, that's a lot. What you have to go through that stuff when you're doing anything that's so passionate to you, that's so important. I don't care if you're learning how to track, like Justin from Alabama. I don't care if you're just learning about the wilderness, or if you want to you can't do Sasquatch without the wilderness. It's like bullets and guns. They have to go together. This is more than peas and carrots, ladies and gentlemen. You can't be unattached and separated from the wilderness and go do Sasquatch research. And I talk about this all the time. It's a infinitely preposterous, silly thing to even suggest. And so I had my spiritual animal ritual done, and now this next expedition coming up, I got for the second time ever. I guess he's going to be the third man in the history of radium. So Survivor Man went out there and was sat on by a Sasquatch and had some pretty amazing stuff happen to him up there. Todd Standing went up to radium into the mountains where I had my spiritual animal ritual performed. You must understand too, where I took Survivor Man, where he filmed the top of the head of a Sasquatch, that's where the ritual was, right there on those cliffs. That's where I had it performed. That's why I take Survivor Man there. And this year, the third human being ever, Stefan, one of my most successful expeditioners, is coming out. And if everything goes okay, he's going to get left up there for days, probably 3 days, I think. He's going to come acclimate for a day. Then I'm going to hike his amazing person up there. Very spiritual man, very connected. He's become a really close friend of mine. So many of my expeditioners have become just friends. Like, I adore these people. Something special happens when you go do these expeditions. There's a connectivity that happens between people that when I go out and show people, when I teach them, tracking is a gift. It is such a beautiful, brilliant, amazing gift. I remember my teacher telling me about that, where he was cautious about what to teach me, because when you learn about tracking, see, a tracker has to love animals. If you don't love animals, even hunters, the great hunters I've ever known, they adore the animals. They think they're wonderful and amazing. They have an absolute reverence for them. That's the only hunters that I've ever had a close affiliation with. And when you love animals, when you love the elk and the deer, and then you teach somebody about how to see into their life, to it's like a secret key into the lives of elk and deer. When you get that special gift given to you, you have to use it appropriately, and you have to be worthy of that gift. And that's why my teacher took a long time to teach me with the tracking. And that's why tracking, when I teach somebody about the plants and the animals, it's something they've earned. It's something they've been passionate about, and it bonds us together. You know, it's not even student and teacher. It's colleague and colleague. I just don't know how to explain it, because even because my students teach me so much. That's why I kept doing these expeditions, because it enriched my life. I was only doing them in the beginning. You know, I had nothing, nowhere to go, and I had a family member who was having serious medical issues, and I needed to get some extra money. So I found some wonderful people that I really liked. It wasn't hard. And I did those expeditions with them. And it was those people to this day are, Cody was on my first expedition, Cody Smith, and Jonathan Whitman, U.S. Army Ranger. And Cody's just a badass, tough kid, wrestler, monster, tough dude. And Scout, Cody, every time I go to event, Cody's one of my best friends. Cody has done things for me and helped me in ways that just, we're brothers. I'm his uncle to his son. And Jonathan, I just saw Jonathan in Alabama. He came out for a day because he's in Georgia, and he's doing wonderful. I love that guy. I do. These are, like, Jonathan gave me a hug. He had some personal issues with his family, and he's really overcome them by showing integrity and showing honor and being a great man like he is. And we had a hug over it because it was just like a brotherly moment that he's having good success, because by being honest and showing integrity, he got his daughter to come back into his life. And these are my friends now, you know, and we went out there, and we have a bond that nobody will ever be able to take away from us. You know, these men will testify in a court of law for me as I would for them. And the list goes on and on. William Malpass, Special Forces firefighter, beast, you know, wrote up affidavits for me about my character. You know, he's a former captain firefighter. And I feel like, you know what these men are? These men and women, these colleagues of mine, it's blood brothers. That's what we are. And we didn't need to do it. We didn't need to do the blood ritual, but I tell you, these are my blood brothers. I just, this discovery, a lot of times, even Cam from Dixie Cryptid really pressed me, because Cam goes after the haters. And this is what I told Cam, this is what I'll tell you guys. I don't have time. I have so many good people that are so wonderfully enriching my life, and I'm so grateful to have them in my life. I don't have time to even look at hatred, and I just delete and move on. I don't even care. So, the haters just mean nothing to me. I'm not going down into the sewer when I have, when I'm literally unable to contact all these men and women of integrity that are calling. The internet held it up pretty good, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. That's going to be my show for today. I really poured out my heart. I always want to pour out my heart in these shows for you guys. I love that you guys come on. I love the devotion you guys have for these shows. And, we get between 5,000 and 30,000 views on these things. And if I was better at coming and wasn't so boots on the ground and out in the wilderness and had so much on my life, I'd do these shows more. But I'm really devoted. I'll do an extra long show next Wednesday for you guys. Extremely likely that I'll be here for that show unless some Sasquatch thing pops up. You guys got to forgive me because the research comes first, right? But I absolutely adore doing these shows. You guys, it makes me passionate about these shows. And I see here, Amanda says, this is where you go to make a donation. Thank you very much for the person that donated for me today, guys. You guys are awesome. Are you guys doing the website stuff? You guys will know better than me because I can't really see what Amanda and Phil have been posting. But remember, if you guys are talking to Amanda's on Facebook, friend her. She calls herself Cephisaurus on here. But if you see that picture of Amanda here, Cephisaurus, and her picture, she's one of my, if you just go into my friends page and she's on there, if you get a hold of Amanda, if you convince Amanda of something, guys, you get me, and same thing. I don't know where Phil is or how to, chat room, Phil. Yes, chat room tonight, ULR to follow. So I'll just stay on. So yes, it is. So we'll look for that. The chat room ULR will be up. I highly recommend you guys go to the chat room. Cause again, go impress Amanda and Phil, go meet people. I was just in Alabama, so go meet people, go talk to people. If wherever you're from, you can find somebody. And then chat room, so live chat. So there's the link for it. No password needed for tonight. That's fantastic. I can't say enough good things about just impressing Amanda and Phil. They'll be there running that chat room, and even Amanda is doing this. Phil is doing this because they're passionate about the discovery of Bigfoot. And believe me, every email that I get, every piece of evidence, every little person I meet, Amanda knows about it. So she's a better person to talk to if you're in Kansas and you're looking for somebody else who's doing Kansas Sasquatch research. So, and same thing with Phil, go talk to those people. If you, the major power of success in this is cooperation. I am a student of John Butternagel, Jeff Meldrum, and Survivor Man, and the First Nations Cree tracker, and a biologist from Great Falls, Montana. So I have 5 incredible, immense mentors that have given me every piece of success I have. I literally stand on their shoulders. Without those great men, I would be nothing. They're just, they've taught me so much. Absolutely wonderful people. So my point is, find your cooperation, and if I can help you with that, that would be so amazing. I would be honored to do that, because I don't have to be the one that makes this discovery. It's not about the Todd Standing discovery. It's about the discovery of Bigfoot. And if you're out there and you're working for this discovery, I want to help you. If I could be a part of this discovery, if not making the discovery, then just giving one person that one piece of information that can help them make this discovery happen, that's all I care about. That's it. So, and I think I've proven that at this point beyond any reasonable doubt. I train people, I go out with people, New York, Kyle, Larry in Washington, now down Michelle in Alabama. I just want this discovery done, and it doesn't matter to me where it gets done. When we find Sasquatch in Washington or New York or Alabama or Florida, wherever, or up in Canada, it proves Sasquatch everywhere. It'll be the stone that brings the avalanche to show the species exists. And that's what I am devoted to, and I hope you are too. There'll be merch and stuff like that. There's lots of cool stuff coming. Phil and Chantel will be working on that stuff. But and this, actually, I'm not wearing any kind of merchandise today. But you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for tuning in the show. You guys are amazing. I love the question. It was just really one big question today, right? It was just Michigan Sasquatch just punched me in the face, and we had that great question. So gosh, I can't tell you guys how much heartfelt gratitude for coming, you guys. And there'll be lots of great stuff coming. We're working our butts off these next 2 months. It's the best time of year for my research to have success here in Canada. And I'm out, guys, every second week. It's game on. Game on. We're going to go fight for this discovery. So the Wednesday live show will be probably every second week. I'll likely upload a video on Wednesday just answering some questions and telling you guys where I'm at. So I'll try to make sure something always comes up on Wednesday. But yeah, we're going to go fight for this. If you're out there fighting for this, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And we'll Thursday and Sunday there should be videos about my Alabama stuff. You guys take care, stay tuned. Lots of great stuff coming. Man, am I excited. Let's make this discovery happen. Take care.